So I think my favorite part of my internship is that I can meet a lot of like really interesting people. For example, like there's so like I talked to like my friend, my really close friend who interns at PlayStation 2 and he's doing PM, and I think I can learn a lot from him because it's really different from my role. So I asked him a lot about like what he does as a PM and like what's the role of the PM in the company and what's the career growth in like PM track. So I think that was really interesting and I really consider going into the PM role later. So according to him, like PM role is basically like managing the tasks in each team and like making sure that everyone is on track and making sure that the engineers build the product that follow like the business spec. So I think that's really sounds really fun too because like basically all day he will like go to meetings and like talk to people in design teams or like talk to people in like the engineering teams and he get to like travel to a lot of like offices. So I think for me it's really fun to like talk to people with like different background, different interest. And yeah, I think that might I'm actually really considering like doing PM because I really enjoy talking to people and I'm not sure if like software engineering is like the most ideal job for me. So like that's a really honest like takeaway from my internship. And I also like just reach out to like random people at my office. For example, I like as a political science student, I'm really interested in like learning more about like what people think about politics and what people think in general. So I reached out to the design team and I talked to him about like what his research process is to learn about like how users like PlayStation or like what features should be developed. And he told me a lot about like his research experience when he did his PhD in psychology. And yeah, so I think it's really fun to like meet people with different interests.